Hello, Jade.
Hello, Riley.
This is
So,
not the first
as we
time.
kick off this is not the first time.
This
As we kick off this episode, I'd like to say the dog ate the episode.
I didn't eat the episode per se. I buried it in a hole in the backyard. There's a big difference. All right?
So this is a re-recording.
Yeah, because somehow I don't know what the cause of it was. The recording of last episode was all fucked up. There was like 30 minutes of no footage. I think that's because I minimized OBS. I think that's what happened. But
You think
then,
that's what happened.
the ending of the episode just doesn't. This isn't. We lost like the last 10 minutes of the episode that just don't exist. So that's also an issue. So I don't really know what was missing from that or not, but we threw it on the Patreon. No, stop! No! No!
Visual
No!
image of the dog that ate the podcast.
No!
Look how pleased he is with
No, I
himself.
hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Take it
Look how
away.
pleased
Take
he
it
is.
away. Take it away. God, it's like the only image that manages to actually make you uncomfortable. I fucking hate it. Stop. Stop. No. Yeah, I'm not looking at the screen. Anyway, yeah, this is the
Nothing
second.
scares Riley like a 12-year-old meme.
There is no episode 32A. There was never an episode 32A. What are you talking about, episode 32A? This is episode 32B.
Anyway, that will lead into an announcement we'll make closer to the end of the episode.
Oh yeah, I just kind of just said we threw it on a Patreon, so I guess fuck it, we're saying it now.
Are we saying it now?
Yeah, because I said it a
Okay.
second ago that we threw it on
We
a Patreon.
have a Patreon.
Yeah, we have a Patreon now.
It's validified and
Well, no, it's going through
legified.
validification now.
It's going through validification. It
As
should
we
be
speak.
validificated by the time the episode goes up.
I mean, they could deny me. I don't really look like how I do on my license.
Too woke.
Yeah, no, my hair's a lot longer. I'm a little fatter. And HRT went into my body at some point, but I got off it, so maybe it's like, I don't know. I'm still waiting for my HRT to be shipped because apparently the people I ordered it from are waiting for confirmation from the bank. So the payments, that's annoying. Anyway, yeah, we have a Patreon now. $5 a month.
If you give us $5 a month, you'll get the episodes a day early.
Yes, and you get the episode that got fucked up. What was salvaged out of it? Where we talked about Elon Musk and the Teslas, in like the Tesla protests. We talked about language. We talked about, what else did we talk about? I forget.
Stuff. People will have to check out Patreon.
I want to give a little hint. You know?
You did.
I guess I did. A lot of it got cut out though, because again, 30 minutes of it disappeared.
We got basically out of a 2-hour recording session, we got an hour.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. I don't know what happened.
So about half of it's gone. But that being said, yes, you will get like behind the scenes stuff, maybe.
Yeah, and
depending on if there's on how things go, maybe extra content.
Hopefully, and also your name will be at the end of every episode in credits.
Yes,
we'll start putting in credits.
credits.
I got to figure out how to make credits, but yeah, I mean, I guess I could just like cut to a new screen and then it has like the credits there. But we gotta like really overhaul our performance. We still need to make a new overlay.
Yeah, but we also gotta make a new end screen then.
Yeah, for sure. This is a lot of work.
Fuck, what do you mean it's a lot of work? You haven't done anything. In
I
fact,
edit.
you're not one who has to edit 2 episodes
I
this week.
edited 4 weeks in a row.
And we're all very proud of you, Bubby,
Yes.
but 2 in 1 week.
First of all, you didn't really edit the last one because you just kind of went, what the fuck? And then we kind of like, you
I
know.
still properly edited it, what was
Oh,
there.
okay. Never mind then.
I didn't half-ass my job just because you half-assed
I
yours.
didn't half-ass my job. Wild Dog ate the footage. It's what happened.
Who ate the footage?
Smile Dog. No, don't bring him. Why did you still have it here? Why you still have
I
it? Get
just
him out of here. Get him the hell out of here. Fucking get him the fuck out of here. I don't want to see
what
his
if what
fucking
if I told
face.
you one day like, hey Riley, I got a new dog, and then like I sent you a picture that looked just like this dog.
Like a real life photo.
Like a real life
I
photo,
would
like
unironically assume that you invited like an ancient demon into your home, and it's going to kill you, take your skin and your soul, and then you're gonna be flesh puppeted around by
I mean you're half right.
it.
I'm probably am the one more likely to summon an ancient demon into my home, but then kill it, skin
No,
it,
no, I feel
wear
like.
its skin as a
Do
flesh
ancient
suit.
demons even have skin, or are they just like boundless energy that is just kind of taking shape?
They can be various things, and sometimes they're just skin.
Sometimes they're
Just
West
just
Virginian
only
governors.
skin. Just like, yeah, like a
Oh
New
yeah, we
Jersey
talked.
governor.
Yeah, well, I said West Virginian governor because we talked about. I remember we talked about the West Virginia thing.
Right. Do you have that article up?
I don't because that one's in the Patreon episode. But in case everyone didn't know, West Virginia just passed a bill that allows not even sorry, it's a law now. It is law now. This got passed, where you're allowed to
So it passed.
where people who are considered health providers, which could be like a school nurse or some shit, they're allowed to touch your kids' genitals and inspect the genitals. So it's literally the grooming children bill. Um, so
This
that's
is
cool.
normalizing something that is disgusting.
Yeah, but it's West Virginia. It's to be expected there. Already
Is West
normalized.
Virginia that bad? Because you
West
always told me it
Virginia,
was Idaho.
Idaho is bad in like a political sense, but West Virginia is bad in like it's a third world country. If West Virginia wasn't in America, we would look at it how we look at like Albania or Serbia.
Really?
Yeah, West Virginia is awful. I'm actually gonna pull up some employment statistics and some like poverty statistics. I'm gonna pull up like I just minimized OBS, but it's better now.
God.
I just clicked the wrong thing. I meant to minimize Windows, but I minimized OBS. See, this is like really easy to fuck up.
West Virginia, I just double checked like on maps here. West Virginia is in like what is arguably
Appalachia.
meant to be, but this side of America, this eastern
Well,
side of
here's the real
America is
thing.
much more developed, right?
Can you turn on like a geograph like a height like mountain map? Can you pull up mountains on this? Like click layers. 'Cause that's
Like
the real clicker. You
topographical.
got it. Yeah, topographics. Yeah, yeah, terrain. So yeah, this will show the terrain. See that? See the Appalachian Mountains there? Those long ridges. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the real kicker. Anything east of those mountains is what you're talking about. Anything in those mountains is like the Balkans.
Like
No, like it's there's no like click on West Virginia so you can see its borders. Yeah, most of the state's population is in that area. And the parts that aren't like Charleston, Point Pleasant, Wheeling, Parkersburg, and stuff like that, they're still poor as hell. And they have like nothing. Like a lot of the state's population is just poor as shit. It's Appalachia. It's Appalachia. You can actually zoom out. You can see the rest of
so
this. See that section of Pennsylvania that has it? That's what we call Pennsyltucky. It's the part that separates Pittsburgh from Philadelphia and all that.
okay.
Pennsyltucky. You go down more. You get to like Kentucky. You get to Tennessee, Georgia, North Carolina. It's all the Appalachians. It's all like just undeveloped backwaters with dirt roads that lead everywhere, trailer
West
park
Virginia
housing.
to have a fucking city called Lynchburg.
Yeah, I think we brought that up last time I was looking on the maps,
Fucking.
whether that was off podcast or not. Actually,
Mm,
fun fact: do you see Wheeling, West Virginia, up at the top of West Virginia? There,
yeah.
that's actually where Joseph McCartney started his whole communists in the government McCarthyism shit.
Oh.
That's where he gave his first speech to start that stuff. It's a population of like 1,000 people. But yeah,
Cincinnati.
let me pull up that statistic I was trying to get here.
I don't know why, but like maybe it's because of a movie I saw as a kid. But whenever I think of Cincinnati, I think of like really, really weak sauce Eastern Seaboard bikers.
I have no idea. Ohio's weird. I want to get a more modern map. Here's 2024. Kids working poor, people of color. Here's what persistent poverty looks like in West Virginia. I want like statistics. I want a graph because I have the brain of an 8-year-old and need a graph.
But like
An
now
estimated
it's
76 people
basically
living below the poverty line are unemployed. Stingy.
so poor, grubby gym teachers are gonna be fondling your kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Just go to
Yeah,
images and then.
I am so glad I don't have to have kids. Like I don't have kids. Like this is
God damn! I
imagine
can't type
sending them to
graph.
school. It's like they come home from school. It's like, hey, guess what happened today?
I
We
just
had
want like a
inspections.
jobs. We need to have penis inspection day.
We had inspections today. Guess what they inspected? Timmy's butthole.
Here, I'll go up. Timmy's butthole.
Like, this is bad. This is
It's
bad.
bad. Yeah, you can see. Look at exactly where I was looking on the line of. Look at where we were looking at. That's like the poorest states regions, and these are the states that don't have sea access. Like North Carolina and Virginia and Pennsylvania had the Appalachian areas, but because they have like connection to the sea in like big cities like Philadelphia and Raleigh and shit, like they're able to get spared from it. But like Kentucky and West Virginia, I mean, obviously like down deep south over here, like Mississippi and Louisiana are awful to live in. Like
But
West
isn't it?
Virginia is really bad.
I thought that a lot of what made Louisiana and Mississippi awful to live in was environmental.
It
Like,
is,
it's
yeah, it
mostly
is.
mud.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a lot of
isn't
swampland. Same
Mississippi
thing
at
with
least?
Eastern
Like,
Texas.
Louisiana definitely. It's just like
Eastern
80%
Texas,
mud.
Eastern Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Southern Alabama are all like just massive swamps. It's the bayou. It's the bayou. Um,
That dude,
this is the whole state. This is what Louisiana looks like. This is why Louisiana is like the poorest state.
suddenly Credence starts playing.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Beautiful. I feel like it's beautiful, but it's
Where do
also
you
like
land on Credence? I have to
I
know.
really
This
have
is a
no
side
opinion.
tangent, but I have
I
to
don't
know.
really have an opinion.
How can you not have an opinion?
I just don't have an opinion. What do you want me to do?
I like Credence.
This reminds me of that image of the shark floating in the woods.
Yeah, but
um,
like Credence is the sound of self-aware America.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I like some of their music, but I don't really like listen to them ever, so I don't really have an opinion on them.
Because they play at like the most American America things. They play Credence,
Yeah.
like action movies and football games and all that. But it does it in such a self-aware way. Like it's never the theme song for American fascism. You put it that way.
Yeah. It's not like
Like it's not Kid
uh
Rock. It's not.
yeah, Kid Rock. Look at Kid Rock.
It's
Some
not
call
like
that
Sweet Home
statutory, I
Alabama.
call it
Like
mandatory.
it seems like there's a self-awareness in Credence, if that makes
Yeah, yeah.
sense.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But to wrap up
Like
to
they
this
made quintessential American music
quintessential
without being
Americana music while being aware.
weird.
Yeah. To wrap up the discussion though on the poorest states though, the reason why the Deep South is poor is again because of its environment and also because of Hurricane Sandy completely wiped out the region and they never rebuilt from it. So that's definitely also a part of it.
Hurricane Sandy. What
No, sorry,
year was
not
that
Sandy. Sorry,
again?
not Sandy. Not Sandy. Sandy's where I am. I meant Katrina.
Katrina.
Katrina. I'm at Sandy's where I live, and I'll bit of a Freudian slip there because New Jersey Shore also hasn't been rebuilt by Sandy in a lot of places. Um,
Right,
yeah, that was
2005.
2005. That was George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Do you know what's awesome to see though?
The Gulf of Mexico.
In the Gulf of Mexico. What's the Gulf of Mexico?
We'll be asking that one in a few years. I'm actually curious. What does it say on American Wikipedia? Hurricane. I'm just type in Hurricane Katrina so we can have the same thing here.
This
It says
thing
Gulf. It
lasted for
says
like
Gulf of Mexico
over
for
a
me.
week.
Oh yeah, no, this thing was huge.
I remember following this on the news because remember I was like 14.
Yeah.
Like I remember following this
Can you
thing on the
click?
news and it
Can
was
you go
like
up and for a second scroll up? Can you click down more? It says I need to see the specific wording. The tide is the costliest tropical hurricane on record on the right there under overall effects next to damage. I want to see what the number one is. The number one hurricane up there. Yeah. I want to see what number one is. I want to see if it's the one we just had.
Harvey.
Harvey. Okay, Harvey was the one in 2017 in Texas. Where's the one we just had? It was Helene, right? Helene, that's number 5. Damn. Yeah, this is the one that hit Texas. And like this, like yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah,
It went in to
that's a
smite
hell of a route.
Houston. It went in just to smite Houston and then leave.
Wow. Wow.
Then you had
Which
Ian.
one?
I don't remember
Helene,
which one. Helene was the one that hit Florida.
number
Just
5.
yeah. Which one's Ian again? Can you hover over Ian? That one's 2022. I guess yeah, that's just one of the ones that hurt Florida a while ago. But I don't remember Ian that much actually.
2022.
Yeah, I just don't remember this one. It's
So
this.
everybody was already inside, right?
Yeah, because this is during. Well, this is 2022. It's like a year after COVID kind of like calmed down. 2022 is also going to be a bit. I do remember. I do remember Maria. I remember Irma. I remember Ida. Sandy. There's Sandy. There's the one I was in. Yeah. The only. Yeah, look at that. That's the only hurricane to fucking like come up there and just smite us. Look at that.
Just fuck you, but you
It
didn't.
had a complete vendetta against the Jersey Shore and just went like fuck you. No, no. Uh, but yeah, that's the only one on here. Is that category 3.
Daniel,
Daniel. That one is in Europe.
what's this?
Tropical storm.
Tropical storm,
So
right,
that one
right.
wasn't even a. Well, I mean, Sandy was also a tropical storm. Um, well, but I guess it's
Sandy,
also
it
category
says
3.
was
Well, actually, everyone calls it
category.
Superstorm Sandy. But like when it hit us, everyone was calling it a tropical storm. But I didn't know only until now that it was a category 3. Oh wait, there's more on the right over there. There's Irene. Oh, there's Irene. I know Irene. Irene's the one that
Irene,
Irene's the one that was before Sandy because I remember everyone was like, "We need to evacuate." Can you hover over Irene actually? This is also one that happened in the North Atlantic. Can you like click on it? I want to see the flight path on this one. Yeah, this one because everyone was like, because it also went right over Jersey, but by the time it hit us, it was completely calmed down. So like, it didn't really do that much damage to us in particular. It hit mostly down in south and stuff. Um, and everyone was like, "Oh, that's nothing." And then next year was Sandy, and everyone just got fucked up by it. Um, yeah, the hurricanes are scary. Hurricanes are really fucking scary.
yeah, we don't get that shit here.
Yeah, it's because of the way the Atlantic is.
Like, you know, these big fucking city-ending events, like hurricanes, tornadoes, shit like that.
They're very
That
American.
just that they don't happen in South Africa.
They're extremely American. Like hurricanes, tornadoes. Like other parts of the world, they have earthquakes and tsunamis and stuff, but America, well, we got like shit in the sky. We got a lot of shit coming out of the sky or the ocean. You know,
I mean,
volcanoes too.
wait, is this what I'm looking for?
Earthquakes in South Africa, floods in South Africa, storms in South Africa. Wow, that's it. That's all you guys get there is natural disasters. That's crazy. Not even forest fires.
I mean, we have some
Oh,
wildfires,
wildfires. I didn't see that there.
like yeah, the
A lot. Oh
2009 Table Mountain
Jesus. Oh, there's one. There's one in
fire.
2025.
Yes, there was recently a fire.
You didn't mention this at all. This happened like 2 weeks ago.
iTech told me about it.
Oh, you didn't. You didn't even know.
What? This thing is not that close to me.
It's not close at all, but it's just funny.
But yeah, there was a Table Mountain fire.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That poor mountain.
It looks really pretty.
It does look really fire. The thing that's fucked up about fires is it looks really cool.
Look at this, people just hanging
It
out
looks
with
really
fucking
cool.
s'mores.
It looks really cool. But like,
Yeah, you can see like
damn.
it really, like nobody lives here.
Yeah, like there's nothing there.
Like there's
What are the
just
animals that live
mountain.
up there? What are those rodents that live up on Tail Mountain?
Dassies.
The bass. Yeah, poor them. They got fucked up.
Yeah, but they're not going to go into the fire, are
Yeah,
they?
but they were like living there. Like this poor Dassies.
These things can move.
Yeah, I know, but like he's drooling. Look at their spit. You
What would
should
you do if
you
you
should
saw
re
this thing?
you should you should rebrand to a Dassie. Jaded Dassie.
No, it's a
I would think
Dassie.
it's like an overweight rat or like an overweight beaver or some shit. That's what it looks like. It looks like an overweight animal. They're so funny looking. I love them. I love their vampire teeth.
It's so, like, look, these things are like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh my
This
god,
is
this
the
is so funny.
Jean-Claude Van Damme move, isn't it?
I love these little fuckers. I love the one with him on
So
the edge of the cliff.
these things don't give a fuck. Like you see, they're not like tiny either. They're like quite sizable.
Oh, they're like my
They
favorite animal. They don't give a fuck. They just constantly have a dead expression. It's so funny. They're so funny looking. Oh, he's got mushrooms or marshmallows, not mushrooms, marshmallows. No, on the right there. Are those not marshmallows? What are they?
what?
I don't know, like the bag. It looks like a bag of It
Bag.
looks like a bag of mini marshmallows.
It looks like some kind of wrapper of something. I don't know.
I
Fucking
love them. I love them. I love them so much. They look so stupid. They're fucking. Oh, I love them. Anyway,
But yeah, we had the fire here.
yeah,
We get some fires.
some fires.
I wouldn't really say we get earthquakes. Like you'd be
The 1620 Robben Island earthquake. Do you remember that one?
I'm old.
In
I'm not that
in
old.
1620.
Yeah, like is this the yeah,
That's
this
the
is the
Richter scale.
magnitude. So you could see like fours, threes, here's a six.
Damn.
Mistakenly reported to have been felt in Cape Town. People in Cape Town were like, that was something, right? It was an earthquake? Shit, must have been that.
Must have been that. I remember I've only ever been in 2 earthquakes. Both of them lasted for like half a minute. And
Oh, right.
the first one was when I was like 10 or so. There was one and I was sitting in a recliner. Like was able to like that was at like a wobbly base so it can like move and it just all of a sudden it just started really shaking. And I was like, "Wah! Wah!" And then the second time was like 2 years ago or something. And I was sitting at this desk And all of a sudden, the whole house just went, and I'm like, well, that's weird. And everyone, like my brother said that he thought I was slamming my desk, and I thought he was slamming his desk because it just feels like that. It just feels like someone's slamming something. And then it was over, and I was like, wow, that's weird.
So, listed here is the first earthquake I ever felt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, as far away as Namibia and Cape Town, 2 aftershocks. Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Because this was 5.3.
Oh, wow, yeah. I'm gonna actually look up earthquakes of New Jersey and see if I can pinpoint the ones that I felt.
Because I remember this night, I was sitting at my desk, as I do, and my chair sort of just rocked back and forth by itself. And I was
Mhm.
like, that's probably weird. And then a few days later, they were like, yeah, there was an earthquake.
I New Jersey earth. No wait, this isn't 1783. What the fuck? That's not when the earthquake was. There's one from last year, but I don't think it was this. It could have been this. There's just no earthquakes in New Jersey. Like there's none. Yeah, it might have been that though. Anyway, want to talk about politics? No. Want to talk about politics? There's one big story at the moment
Oh,
right now that I want to cover for sure.
okay, what's the big story?
So right
Hurt
now
me.
in the Senate, there is a bill being proposed by the Republicans to prevent a government shutdown. It's a spending bill, the usual. The Republicans do not want the government to shut down because it will
But they would be
really
the one
fan the
shutting it
flames.
down. They control the Senate and the House. They can do everything themselves.
Hold on, hold on.
Democrats don't even need to show
No,
up.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. To prevent the government shutdown, they need to pass a bill. The bill needs to be passed 60 votes. The
Right.
Republicans have 52 senators. There need to be 8 Democrats who will sign
They
this
got
vote.
10 Democrats to censure Al Green.
Yes, that's the issue here. However, for a while, the Democrats are saying, we're not going to vote for this bill. We're going to vote no. Then Chuck fucking Schumer goes, actually, I'm going to vote yes.
Chuck
Democrats,
fucking
Chuck
Schumer.
fucking Schumer, fucking Chuck Fuckner. I got there in the end. He said he's flipped his back, and now he says he's gonna vote yes on the bill. We already know John Fetterman's gonna vote yes. That's 2 yeses we know they're gonna go through. Everybody is angry at Chuck Schumer.
Why?
Everybody,
What
even
is his reasoning?
his reasoning.
Yes,
Um,
what does he have to say about this? Because surely he has to back this up with something, right?
well, let's look here. It's not really a decision, it's a Hobson's choice. Either proceed with the bill before us or risk Donald Trump throwing America into the chaos of a shutdown. This is my view. There's no choice at all. While the House bill is very much the potential for a shutdown, the consequences for America are much worse. His point is that if the government shuts down, the Republicans will be able to do whatever they want. They are already doing that. They are
Yeah,
already
but
doing whatever they want. The reason the government shutdown will be good
so
is because
his
everyone will get.
answer, he's basically like, we better let them do what they want, or they'll do what they want.
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck do you, like,
Exactly.
where's your fucking backbone, man?
Yeah, exactly. I believe it is my job to make the best decision for the country to minimize the harms to the American people. Therefore, I will vote to keep the government open and not shut it down. There's nobody in the world, nobody who wants the government shut down more than Donald Trump and Elon Musk. No, they don't want it shut down. That's why they proposed the fucking bill. They don't want it shut down. If they wanted it shut down, they wouldn't have
No, you
proposed
know
the
what the
bill.
truth is? It's not even about whether or not they want it shut down. They have contingencies for both.
A shutdown would give Donald Trump and Elon Musk a carte blanche to destroy vital government services at a significantly faster rate than they can now. It would be a gift to Trump that would let Republicans weaponize their majorities to cherry pick their favorite targets for the government to reopen. They already are doing this.
Yeah.
They already are doing this. But this has led to every single Democrat ever being angry at Chuck Schumer, including the ones who are like Nazis, like Alyssa Slotkin. Like, they're all angry. He lost Hakeem Jeffries on this one. Hakeem Jeffries is against him on this. Everyone is against him. If people who don't know who Hakeem Jeffries, he is the minority Senate leader.
Right, this
He's in
guy.
charge of all the
He's
House of Representatives.
the
So
criminal.
sorry. So Chuck Schumer is the Senate minority leader.
Like,
Hakeem Jeffries is the
isn't he
House
the
minority leader.
one? Isn't he the one in New York that? Who's the one in New York who keeps getting nailed for switching over
Eric
to the right?
Eric Adams. He's the mayor of New York. This guy. This is Eric
This
Adams.
guy.
This is Eric Adams. He's a piece of shit, like turncoat. But Hakeem Jeffries is a different guy. He's a different New Yorker. He looks like a fish. He's really dumb looking. He's a dumb man. He's a very dumb man, and it shows on his face. He is a really fucking dumb person. And he's the replacement for, he's like one of the new people to come in as like Democratic leadership. He sucks. He's dumb, and even he is against Chuck Schumer on this. Even Hakeem Jeffries. So like everybody is like, Chuck Schumer, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? You have AOC. She had an interview. I think it was with CNN or some shit, where she was talking about how bad this was. They had like I said, Alyssa Slotkin came out, and she's like one of the fucking Nazi Democrats and stuff. So like there's a bunch of Democrats who are angry. Who the fuck are you? I don't want to look at that guy. The people are fucking angry. People are really angry at Chuck Schumer for this. We can actually probably
Fucking greasy New Yorker.
New York
York
Democrats
businessman looking
are
ass.
horrible. Senate to vote on advancing here the NBC. Senate to vote on advancing GOP funding bill to avert government shutdown. Let's see if there's any information here. They need 60 vote thresholds. Schumer said he would vote to advance the funding bill. 11 hours to government shutdown. So by the time
No,
this day is over, the government will be shut down or the bill passed.
You just shut down your
We
government.
just have a government shutdown counter. That's really funny. If people who don't know what a government shutdown means, it means that federal employees will not be being paid. Like basically the government will stop working. People won't come into work. They're not going to get paid. Like federal administrations won't be working. So like say for example, there was like you're being charged with a federal crime or some shit. Like you live in DC, drunk driving, DUI or whatever the fuck, and you're going to court, and it's a federal court, and then the government shuts down. The courts federal courts just stop. They're not going to continue anymore. They're going to stop until the shutdown ends. I don't know how long they go on for. I don't think there's like a set date typically. I don't really pay attention. Normally they just come back on. I'm like, oh, government's back. Yeah.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, so with Republicans controlling 53 seats, at least 7 Democrats. I thought it was 52. At least 7 Democrats will need to support the procedural for it to go on. Sorry, it's 53 seats, but Rand Paul is voting against the bill. So it's 52 Republicans against it. Rand Paul is like, is saying no for it. So they
what
need.
the fuck, Rand Paul?
No, Rand Paul.
You lost relevant.
Well, Rand Paul is actually doing the good thing here.
I know, but
yes.
like, oh, what?
I don't know what the hell Rand Paul's doing anymore.
Is he just like, hey, I know I'm in the Nazi party, but I'm like going to vote against them? But only on this thing?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, Mitch McConnell's also retiring. I can't believe the senators of Kentucky are Mitch McConnell and Rand Paul. What a fucking horrible state. At least their governor's pretty good. Andy Bashir. He's alright. He was gonna be he was my pick before Tim Walz for the Kamala Harris VP. Because nobody knew Tim Walz was even gonna get picked. Everyone thought it was gonna be Bashir. Anyway, Fetterman said he would vote to advance the funding bill. Rand Paul said he wouldn't vote. So those are the two that we know who are like turncoats to their parties. And then Schumer's another turncoat to his party. Infuriating House Democrats who were gathered 40 miles away in Leesburg at their animal policy retreat. All but one House Democrat, Representative Jared Golden of Maine, had voted against Mike Johnson's bill. So Jared Golden, Chuck Schumer, and John Fetterman are all saying yes to the bill.
Fucking awful people.
Who's Jared
Fuck
Golden? Let's look at
Fetterman.
this guy. Oh, I hate Fetterman more than probably uh any politician, I think. Jared Golden. Let's look at this guy. Let's look at this guy. He's a Marine Corps guy, I see. He's a Democrat.
Uh,
He represents Lewiston, Bangor, and Auburn. Bangor is the capital of Maine. Right? Is it? Is it Bangor? No, is it? It's count. Oh, what the fuck? Where am I? Maine. Oh no, it's Augusta, Maine, isn't it? It's Augusta, Maine. Why did I think it was Bangor? What the fuck is wrong with me? Um. Oh, along with the state capital, Augusta. So yeah, this guy is like a pretty big guy because he represents the capital of his state. It is the largest district east of the Mississippi. It is the largest district east of the Mississippi River. What? It's a district that went to Trump, which is surprising that a city that like Augusta and shit, like a big cities, went to Trump. That's actually kind of crazy. Uh, Making a politically competitive area, Golden won. Okay. Golden, along with Angus King and Charlie Pingree, were the first members of Congress elected by ranked choice voting. That's good. He is the only representative to win after initially placing second in the first round of tabulation. He was deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan as a Marine. Considered it, he served as a Blue Dog coalition. So he's a Blue Dog Democrat, which means wild. Let's see what he says about George Floyd, who was one of two Democrats to vote with Republicans against the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. While he acknowledged the bill maybe had good provisions, such as creating a national registry for police misconduct, increasing data collection, he was expressed concern over its proposed restrictions on qualified immunity. So this guy's a Nazi.
ah,
This guy is a Nazi. Let's see what he says about guns. Golden was one of the only Democrats to oppose the bipartisan background checks, which aim to expand. So this guy's a Nazi. This guy is a Nazi. He voted with the Reagan. He voted for the Laken Riley Act.
yeah, LGBT rights. You want to read that?
Golden voted in 2022 for the Respect for Marriage Act, which he repealed the Defense of Marriage Act and federally protected same-sex marriage and interracial marriages. He was one of 4 Democrats to join with the House Republicans to pass the annual defense bill, policy bill, which included provisions barring Pentagon funding for abortion and transgender surgeries. Yeah, this guy's
He's
like
bad guy.
this guy's like a bad guy. This is a bad man. Though he gets a 100% and an F rating. So he gets a 100% rating from the Poor Choice Emergency and an F rating from the Susan B. Anthony list. So he's both 100% pro-abortion and F rating abortion. Unless 100% means bad.
Yeah.
He's a centrist or moderate Democrat. Yeah. So he's bad. This guy is a bad guy. Siding with Republicans and overturned funding. This guy's just bad. This guy's a bad guy. This guy is.
What's his marijuana policy?
It said he had a. It just said he
Does
had an A.
does
He received an A rating from the NORA. I don't know what the fucking normal for his voting record on cannabis. So it seems that he votes good on
So
cannabis.
he's just like
But that tracks. It's Maine.
one of them. Yeah.
Marijuana is really popular in America.
Yes.
So like, there's really not many people out there who are anti-marijuana. It's just not really a thing.
Anymore.
The American people are literally shouting from the rooftops that this is a 5-alarm emergency and we cannot hand the keys of the kingdom over to this big, beautiful democracy that we love over to someone who truly has total disregard, not only for the rule of law, but for the American lives, said Representative Melanie Stansbury of New Mexico, the top Democrat on the House Doge subcommittee. What? All right, whatever. House Democrats and many Senate Democrats want Congress to pass a 30-day stopgap funding bill that would. Okay. Yeah. So the main takeaway here is that Chuck Schumer lied to everyone. He said he wasn't going to vote for it, and then he is going to vote for it. So he's a piece of shit. I hate Chuck Schumer. New York Democrats are the worst people ever. New York Democrats are actually what lead this country. You know, he looks like he could be played by Christopher Walken.
Don't put Christopher Walken down.
He looks like he could play by him though. Like he looks like he could play by him. If we get like
He looks like he could be played by Eugene Levy.
hold on. Let's pull up a comparison photo. You know, actually, hold on, wait a minute. You might be onto something. You're actually like so onto it. What the fuck? Just the
When
thing
I'm
was,
right, I'm right.
Eugene Levy's
When I'm
eyebrows are
right,
just
I'm
way
right.
too strong, though.
Yeah, but it's a movie.
Yeah, true. Speaking of
And
movies
it'd
with
be like
playing,
the Napoleon effect, right? Like forever, if somebody did make that movie starring Eugene Levy, like Chuck Schumer would always be remembered for thick eyebrows.
did you know about the Sebastian Stan, The Apprentice? Did you know about the Apprentice movie?
I heard about it.
Yeah, this is how Donald Trump looks in the movie. It's
He
about
looks like
it's the Winter Soldier.
he he looks like if you tried to make a gay rom-com in the 80s.
Well, this is like young Donald Trump, so it is like 80s
That's
Donald Trump.
I know, but you get what I'm
Yeah, I get what
saying.
you're saying. I think he looks pretty good. I think he looks pretty good. I like Sebastian Stan.
Uh,
Anyway, I think he was like nominated for an Oscar for this movie. Actually, I think who was it? Yeah, Jeremy Strong was also nominated because he played Roy Khan. That's pretty good. Good for them. Anyway, Chuck Schumer. Yeah, New York Democrats are horrible. So if I want to pull up the senators from New York. So I want to pull up just all these major New York Democrat politicians because they fucking suck. I want to just individually say fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. So we have Schumer here. We have New York senators. Yeah, Kathy Hochul, you fucking suck. Kristen Gillibrand, you suck. Uh, where's New York City? I gotta get New York City. Where the hell's New York City? I gotta pull up Eric. We already had Eric Adams up. Uh, where the hell are you? Where the hell are you? Where the hell are you?
they're hiding it from you.
Where the hell is he? There he is, Eric Adams. Oh, and also, I don't think what's his fucking name? Uh, what's his goddamn name? The guy running against Eric Adams for mayor. What's his name? He was the governor. I can just pull up governors of New York and see if I can fucking learn his name. What's his goddamn name? What's his goddamn name? John Jay. Get the fuck out of here, John Jay. We're looking for Cuomo, Andrew Cuomo.
Oh, this guy. This
Cuomo. I
guy's
don't think we can talk about
hilarious.
Cuomo. Yeah, he's really he's really funny. So his
He's a
brother,
comedian.
yeah, he's also the former governor and running for mayor of New York. They are part of the Cuomo family. Uh this is like these are like mob Democrats. Christopher Cuomo is a former CNN host. My mom loves him. They look so alike. It's kind of crazy. Um yeah, he assisted in the defense of his brother's sexual harassment case.
Oh God.
So, yeah. Uh, Cuomo, the Cuomo prime time. He was here for a couple years until 2021. Uh, Mario Cuomo, 52nd governor, and Andrew Cuomo, the 56th governor. Yeah, no, these people are mob Democrats. These are the people who are like connected. Like this, these are like the Kennedys. They're mob Democrats. They have mob money.
Mob
Um,
money.
mob money. Yeah, they're not good people. Eric Adams is a piece of shit Republican. They're running against each other for mayor, which is really funny. Um, because these two they're running in the primaries against each other. I don't. Maybe it'll be under post gubernatorial career. Yeah, here we can see it here. Democratic primary candidates declared. Eric Adams. There's Cuomo right here. He was the governor of New York for 10 years. But he had like a video out where he said he would do like all the bad things. It's literally like a Hitler versus Hitler 2.
Wow.
Though there was someone else here. I think it was Zelner Myri or Zoran Mamdani. One of these two was really good and had good chances of winning. I think it was Zoran. Zoran was the one. Not on our dime, ending New York's funding of Israel Settler Violence Act. Yeah. This guy's good. I think he had a good chance at getting somewhere. Handsome guy, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty handsome guy. We need handsome people in politics. We need attractive people to win.
Yeah, but
Danny
look what
considered as a
happened.
democratic socialist and following
The
the
most
2016.
attractive presidents also have the worst track record for the treatment of women.
This is true, but also
Like, if Kennedy looked like Trump,
Kennedy isn't that attractive though. He's like the most attractive president, but he's not that attractive. That's the thing. I think he looks
I've
weird.
heard way too many people talk about how good looking Kennedy was.
I feel like
I don't
I don't
agree.
know. I don't
Look,
agree
I'm not
either.
saying this in defense either. I don't agree, but people keep fucking saying that he was like,
I don't I don't know what they're talking about. He looks so fucking weird. Like maybe here I can see it. Like I guess this is like what average people saw him. Like they saw images like this, they saw images like that. And I could see it. Like I could like I'm picturing in my head of like the average like U.S. soldier like in like 1950 post like veteran
it's got like
who's
that
now an
coiffed
actor.
hair.
Yeah, like I don't know. He just looks too weird for me. They both look like
Who
that.
do
He
you
just looks
then
so
who do
weird.
you think's a good looking president?
I think we talked about this on the podcast before. I don't think there is one. When we think this, you got to think of what they look like young. I want to see what LBJ looked like when he was young. What the fuck? What the fuck, man?
He's
I'm
got ears that
sorry.
could
He
hear
can.
a mile
Horton here's a
away.
fucking who? Jesus Christ.
You
What does FDR look like when he was young? Okay, I think he wins.
think he
I think
wins?
he wins. I think
You think he
this
wins?
specific photo he wins. I think he wins.
Wow.
Not this. Like I don't think, but like this specific photo, I think he wins. This is like twink, like 1930s, 1920s twink. You know?
1920s twink.
Yeah.
Is that how
This looks
you're
like two
gonna
different people.
think of? That's how you're gonna think of FDR now.
Oh, young FDR, yeah. Anyway, Kirsten Gillibrand, fuck you. She doesn't really. She's a blue dog Democrat. Fuck you. What's her deal? What she got? Me Too movement, zero tolerance. That's cool. I guess that's fine. Yeah, cool. But the Me Too movement has an issue with like, um,
Follow through.
yeah, but like, yeah, like the Me Too's generally a good thing. There's more positive with Me Too than there's not. But she doesn't really
The,
have
the
anything
the
else
the
serious.
negative thing, as far as I can tell about Me Too, is that they went quiet.
Yeah. Plus, a lot of people cynically weaponized it, like when in 2016 when Hillary was like, "What are you gonna do for women's reproductive rights?" to Bernie Sanders. Like Bernie Sanders like Medicaid for all, and she's like, "What about women?" And it's like, "Are you stupid? No, you're just
Yeah,
cynical." Okay.
but the Clintons are
The
evil.
Clintons are awful. Also, what's her fucking
The
name? Elizabeth
Clinton
Warren was
crime
also part of that.
family.
Elizabeth Warren was also part of that. There's another, not a New York Democrat, but a Massachusetts Democrat. I hate her too. I hate you. I hate you. This is the one who said she's part Cherokee. Um, yeah.
Is that why Trump calls her Pocahontas?
Yes, this is why Trump calls her Pocahontas. It's like a big thing Republicans like to do. They like to call her Pocahontas because she says she's part Cherokee. Um, any opportunity to be
Ah,
racist. Kathy Hochul, you fucking suck. You're horrible. Let's go to your immigration beliefs. Um, Kathy Hochul advocated that the federal government expedite work permits to address. For me, these answers to crisis, humanitarian crisis, and a workforce crisis is so common. Let's declare, let them work out the positions. Okay, that's good. That she did that good. She's pro-choice, obviously. I don't know. She did something recently that I fucking hated, but she's bad. I hate her. I don't know. They're horrible. And then Chuck Schumer is obviously the worst of the worst. You go to his politics. Oh my Jesus Christ! This is what happens when you're in politics for 90 years. Holy
wow.
shit! Bicycle
The
safety.
Clinton impeachment. All the way back to the
Oh my
Clinton
God, yeah.
impeachment. My God.
1998. Yeah, this guy's here for a while. Let's see what he says about Israel. Oh, we're like Israel's best friend. Like how much he says about Israel.
Goodness.
Yeah. Well, Chuck Schumer fucking sucks. In what was the timer? The timer was on The Guardian, wasn't it? It was not on this article, it was on the other article. Like what, 11, 10 hours we'll know if the government shuts down. That's crazy.
That's, I mean, look, we had a bit of a hiccup with our budget this year in South Africa. Don't know if you heard about this.
I think we talked about it. Because this is the one that had the EFF go to the DA, or supposedly they heard planning on
Like
it.
there was talks about them
Talks of it.
teaming up.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that like 2 podcasts ago, I think. Or maybe it was
Yeah,
last
we've
podcast.
now finally gotten the results, the
Oh,
budget
good.
speech and all that. The ANC doing what they want anyway.
Okay, well, that was kind of expected.
Like that's just how it's gone.
Nothing ever happens. Nothing ever happens unless you're in America right now. Because then a lot's happening.
Everything's happening in
It
America
w-
right
it's
now.
like it's like kinetic energy and potential energy. All the potential energy was that nothing ever happens, nothing ever happens, nothing ever happens for the last 2 years, and then all of a sudden, all of that potential energy got converted into kinetic energy, and now everything is happening. It's been a month and a half, and it feels like we've been in this at shit. We've been at the shit for a year. Oh my god, it feels forever ago that we were listening to Kamala Harris do speeches and shit.
It feels like a different
What the
lifetime.
fuck has she been doing? Where did she go? Where did Kamala Harris go?
Stars shine brightest in the
What the
dark
fuck
of
is
the
she
night.
doing right now? What the fuck is she doing? No daylight. Biden refuses to let Harris break with him on policy issues during campaign, new book alleges. So it's all about shit during it. Biden refused to let Harris break with him on new policy issues. I hate Biden. 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 President Joe Biden refused to allow Vice President Kamala Harris to establish daylight between his policies and hers when she succeeded him as the Democratic presidential nominee last summer, an insistence that hamstrung her campaign and ultimately contributed to her defeat of Donald Trump at the polls. New book alleges. I hate Joe Biden. I hate Joe Biden. I hate Joe Biden. She could make clean breaks with Biden's policies. She could seek out entirely new issues to defend herself on, or she could rely on voters to see her gender and her genes and her experience as symbols of change. The Democrats deserve everything that happens to them, I think.
That's such a dumb decision.
Yeah.
That's such a dumb decision.
Yeah. This kind of leads me into what the next thing I wanted to say was down here. The
Okay.
pro-Palestinian. So the other big news story that I wanted to cover is that we're living in Nazi Germany. So
Yes.
I don't know if you heard about this.
The Columbia protester.
So Columbia University. Um,
Yeah.
so Columbia University in New York. We're still talking about New York. Um, this back during the height of the Israeli anti-Israel protests, the whole Columbia University stuff. Um, this one guy here, Mahmoud Khalil, an American citizen. He's an immigrant, but he's an American citizen. He has a green card and everything. Has been arrested by ICE and is going to be deported back to Palestine or yeah, I think it's Palestine, Syria, wherever he's from. He's a Palestinian Syrian, I believe. So he's going to be deported, even though he's an American citizen who protested. All he did was protest, and they're deporting
Mhm.
him because we live in Nazi Germany and the Gestapo are real. Like they're back, and ICE is the
Yes.
Gestapo.
Yes.
This is
You're noticing
psychotic. This is insane.
this was always going to be coming. Once the results came in saying Donald Trump for president, this was inevitable.
Yeah.
Like I saw people joking and talking about camps and all of that before he won the election. Now it's all
Yes.
coming true,
Yes.
and those people are not laughing anymore at the jokes.
Yeah. This was with the this is the height of the camps and stuff. But yeah, there was I think was it Tom Homan, whatever the fuck the guy's name is. He was on MSNBC and he was like, yeah, we've got him. He's been getting money from terrorist organizations. And they asked him what terrorist organizations, and he's like, well, I can't say what terrorist organizations because I'm not at liberty to say it, and I've also not really been told which ones. But he's been being paid, and they're like, what do you mean he has? He's like, well, no, I mean he's definitely been being paid by anti-American activities, and it's like, you're just lying. You're so obviously lying. Just say it. Just fucking say it. Like, oh my God. He was born in Syria after his Palestinian grandparents were removed from their homeland, according to his lawsuit. He came to the U.S. student visa in 2022, and he married his wife, who was a U.S. citizen. He became a legal permanent resident in last year, also known as a green card holder. So yeah, he's a legal resident as of 2 years ago, not last year. I forgot it's 2025. So he's been a citizen
Yeah,
for two
green cards
years.
don't mean shit anymore. It's all about that gold
Yeah, you got
card
to get the
now.
gold card, baby, the gold card. So he came here on a student visa, and now he's an American citizen 3 years later. And now he's being. The green card holders can be deported, but the government has to prove the burden that the person is deportable. Deportable. Grounds for deportation can range from being convicted of a range of crimes, from murder, assault, burglary, tax evasion, domestic violence, and illegal firearms possessions. Well, none of these is what he did. He didn't do any of these. But a legal resident can also be expelled for providing martial support to a terrorist group. And now this is what they're running on, because they think that.
Material
Oh, sorry,
support.
material. I thought it said martial. Sorry, I'm stupid. Material support
Would you
to a
know what
terrorist
that
group.
means?
Yes, this material support.
Like, they
Yeah,
don't even
like
need to prove anything went directly from him to, like, he's speaking, like,
they're saying that he's going to be supporting Hamas. Like he's providing material
yeah,
support to Hamas,
like
to
he's saying, oh,
Hezbollah.
pro-Palestine, pro-Palestine. They're like, but that's Hamas.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
suddenly it's
Now you
material
can be.
support
Yeah, now
for
you
them.
can be. Even though it's not material, because material would imply that it's like sending guns. Like he's running in like a gun ring. But of course they'll try to fucking say shit like that. They'll say whatever the fuck they can. He's being held at a federal immigration detention facility in Louisiana, Central Louisiana ICE Processing Center in Jana, which is the low slung complex ringed by barbed wire fences, can hold around 1,160 detainees. What's next? Federal court and judge has ordered the government to not deport Khalil until the court. He's an initial hearing March 21st. Yeah. But this led to a fuck ton of protesters storming Trump Tower. So Trump Tower's lobby was filled with protesters demanding the release of Mahmoud Khalil. There's a video, I'm sure. This will play what we want. Yeah.
We are following breaking news out of Trump Tower.
Just want like footage of the actual thing. Like,
just catching the remnants of what seems to be the last of protesting.
all these protesters wound up getting arrested. I believe there's 90 of them, and they all got arrested. Nearly 100 people were arrested after protests gathered in Trump Tower in Manhattan to protest the. Okay, it was organized by Jewish Voices for Peace. So they're probably not going to say this on the news and like Fox News and shit that this was organized by Jewish Voices for Peace. They're probably going to say it was a bunch of Hamas Palestinian liberals or whatever the fuck. They chant "Free Mahmoud Khalil, never again for anyone. Jews do not comply. Come for us, face us all." This is like the actual real Jewish people in America, by the way. Everyone who supports Israel is either like just a Nazi or like they're not a real human being. Like they're just an AI on the internet. Like it's like this is what like actual people believe mostly, like when it comes to like from what
I'd
the
like
people
to
I
think
know, from the
so.
people I know, from the people I know, from the people I know. Like this is a lot more common. A lot of the most vocal Zionists are not Jewish, they're Christian.
Yeah, well,
Got that goddamn New York Yankees hat. Let's go. Let's go.
I think
Also, I want to say one more thing. Notice
yeah.
that everyone here is old. Old people are the only fucking people who protest. Like
Well,
on
there's
the
that
left, I mean. Like there's a young guy here, and this woman's
behind
pretty
him.
young,
There's somebody who seems young.
maybe. But that could easily be like a 6-year-old like Mexican woman. You know?
In front of
Oh no, that woman's old as shit. I can see the wrinkles. This is an old lady. This is definitely an old lady.
Judging.
No, it's an old
Judging.
lady. It's absolutely an old lady. I know what old lady looked like. This is an old lady. Like you could tell like the fact that like her body is kind of like subtly egg shaped. Egg shaped bodies are the
Hey,
old
some
people give
people are
away.
egg shaped.
And it's
Some
always
people are
this guy's egg
egg-shaped.
shaped too, but look at him. He looks like a guy named Papi. Like old people. But like yeah, old people are much more likely to actually go out and protest than young people. Probably because a lot of
I
them are
mean,
remnants of old civil rights protests and shit. I grew up in that
yeah,
time.
they go out, they protest, they go back home, they smoke their joint.
Hell yeah. But yeah, this response is good by the protesters. This is completely like Nazi Germany stuff we're living in right now with this type of stuff.
Yeah,
ICE
and
can
it's
just do
just
whatever it
gonna get
wants.
worse. It just depresses me.
And to jump further down it, ICE is also now going after European citizens and stuff. So there was a German lady, Jessica Brusch, who is a tattoo artist or whatever the hell, and she was just coming into America through San Diego, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm here to do tattoo work." But then, like, she listed it down as like recreation and not work. So then they detained her, and she was in solitary confinement for 8 days, and
Jesus.
she's still in ICE detention facility. In a sane world, uh, Germany would like declare America like a threat. Like, don't go to Germany. Don't go to America. Don't go to America. This happened to a different German lady. This also happened to a Canadian at the same goddamn border crossing in San Diego, put in chains, detained by ICE. This one, I forget what the deal with this one was, but they revoked her visa, and then they left her in ICE facility detentions. This is like North Korea shit. This is North
Yeah,
Korea.
you're becoming isolationist.
We are unironically just randomly detaining fucking foreigners for no reason at all. Like ICE is operating with the same amount of leeway as North Korean border security. Like they're trying, they want to have, they're like Gestapo. They're literally Gestapo. Like it's literally the Gestapo.
That's how it's getting. And you still saying, "Oh, don't want to come to America." Fuck no.
No, now I'm
Fuck
no,
no.
yeah, no, now I'm not. Now I'm not saying that anymore. Now that's why recently I've been being like, hey, can I come to like South Africa? Can I come to Cape Town, please?
Come.
No, the thing is, I only have $400 in my bank account.
That's
So
like a lot of rands.
yeah, but it's not enough to buy a plane ticket. It's nowhere near enough to buy a plane ticket.
So this is why you're going to be selling feed pics.
This is why we have a Patreon, and this is why I'm selling feed pics, is because we're broke. And I want to move to the South African fund. I can't really just up and leave yet.
You can though. We have a pretty good university here.
I know, but like,
We have a couple, because if you can't
it'd be a lot easier for me to,
do the Stellenbosch
if
thing, there's
if
UTC.
if it really does get down to the point where I need to leave, I'm heading to Canada. Because I can get there easy. I live like 8 hours away from Canada. Just get
You
in my
don't know
car.
anybody in Canada.
I don't know anybody in Canada, but I'll take my chance at a fucking refugee camp in goddamn Ontario. What's the worst that could happen? Also, I do know people in Canada. I do have a friend in Canada. They live in Saskatchewan or whatever the
American
fuck.
spy. I'm gonna like
I'll go up with David, so I won't be
sneak a
alone.
MAGA hat into your bag, so when they
No,
search it, they see your MAGA
no,
puppy. MAGA
no,
puppy.
no, 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 no.
Do you know who probably votes MAGA?
Who?
This
No!
guy.
It's torture. It's evil. It's so mean.
I mean, it's depressing. It's depressing out there in the world right now. What your country is doing is massively fucking stupid.
yeah. we're living in scary times. It's I feel like every podcast always has the same line of wording. It's like, we're living in scary times. It's like, yeah, we kind of are though. It's like really bad.
It is really bad, but I mean, you voted for it.
I did not vote for it. I voted for Kamala Harris.
I mean, the royal you as a
Oh,
country.
okay.
You as a country voted for this.
Yeah, and I
Unless you buy
want.
into the very, very like underground belief that the election was stolen.
No, I think the election was fair. I think that Americans should taste
Lost
hellfire.
votes and
I don't think the election was stolen in a grand scheme. I think that maybe in
how
individual
much
small
have you looked
cases,
into the theory?
a bit actually. The thing is, it's like individual small instances of Republicans throwing away votes. That's true. Like absolutely that happened. But I don't think it was on the scale that it was like a coordinated effort by the Trump
Yeah,
administration,
but
by the Trump
remember
group.
what as far as I understand, what the guy is positing, right, is that it wasn't just the thrown out votes from here and there. It was the redlining, it was the gerrymandering, it was
Okay, but at
like
that
they
point, we have to go back 90 fucking years with
yeah,
redlining.
but that's what I'm kind of saying is like maybe his theory isn't that like this election was stolen. Maybe the theory needs to be expanded upon to say something like, isn't it funny that Republicans keep losing the popular vote?
Yeah, in that regard, I agree. Like the reason why Republicans win is because of gerrymandering. It's because of redlining. It's because of discrimination. It's because like prisoners can't vote, and most prisoners are minorities, and that's done on purpose. There's like all that type of shit. That's why Republicans keep
But
winning
like
is because of
taken
all
as a
those voter restrictions.
combined number, right?
It's
All
a
of
lot of
these
people who are
factors,
not able to vote or
like
put down.
Kamala could have won.
Yeah, but like, I feel like it's a taking
And
away
I
from the
think
issue. I
that's
feel
what the
like
argument is. It's cope in many ways
it is
because
cope because it
your
kind of
system is set up that way. Your system is where
it
that all of that is legal.
to me it feels like a distraction of what the issue is here. The issue is the reason why Trump won is because Democrats didn't do shit. The Democrats did not offer a good opposition to Trump. That is why Trump lost. That is why Trump won. Any person who tries to say, "Oh, Trump won because he cheated" or "Trump won because it was unfair," is just playing defense, whether they like it or not. They're playing defense for the Democrats. They're playing defense for Kamala Harris's awful campaign. They're playing defense for Joe Biden. They're playing defense for fucking Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, all these fucking people.
But haven't we cleared up the fact that Kamala's campaign was awful, not because
Oh,
of
she was still,
Kamala?
no, it was awful because of Biden, but she was also awful. She was also awful. She could have just like ignored Biden, she could have just done that.
Could she?
Yes, she could have. If she really if she really cared, she could have done that. If she really cared, she'd still be talking. She'd still be out there talking if she really cared, but she doesn't fucking care because she was never a good candidate. She's horrible. She sucks.
Do you think she
Biden
wanted
sucks.
to be president?
No, I don't think she did. I don't think she wanted to be president. I don't think that she fucking wanted to.
That's an honest take.
Yeah.
Do you think that's what's going to come out like in a few years?
I think
Like,
I think
Obama
that's what's going to come out. I don't think Kamala had any interest in ever running. And they only had her run because the funding. Like they had to keep her on because of the funding for the donors because they had to have the same person's name on there. So it had to be Biden or Kamala had to stay on, otherwise the funding would have to get thrown out, Like that's why I think she ran. Plus, like the Democrat strategists probably thought it was the best option because they didn't front anyone for years to replace Biden, so they had no one, so they had to run with Kamala anyway. The whole Kamala campaign and the former Biden campaign is probably one of the most political disasters. It was one of the most disastrous political campaigns ever in American history. I can't think of. Yes, I think in at least definitely the last 50 fucking years. Like
not Al Gore's campaign.
Well, Al Gore's campaign was just like a bad campaign. Like yeah, you had fucking like Sarah Palin in 2008 going, "I can see Russia from my house." Like yeah, that shit's dumb. But like the actual handling of the Kamala Harris campaign behind the scenes, from what we know and from like the actual way it went out, is the most irresponsibly like awfully run campaign I can think of. You had like them rolling out Republicans trying to push themselves further to the right. You had them not being able to say
You know whose
anything
fault this
critical about
is?
Biden. Tell me.
Do you know whose fault this is? John McCain.
Okay, continue.
So John McCain was awful
Yeah,
in his run.
yeah.
Like he just really was bad. And because of how bad he was, he opened the door for the new wave of Republicans.
Yes. Yeah. John McCain.
Like, unironically, he would have been seen as too woke today because didn't he run with a woman vice president?
Yeah, he's the one with Sarah Palin, I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. So he
Wait, John
would have
McCain
been
was
seen
2008,
as
right?
too woke. I believe so.
I think so. Was he 2008? Which one was John McCain? No, he was 20. No, he's 2008. He's 2008. Because then the Mitt Romney was 2012. Yes. Yes.
What's he been doing?
Who, Mitt Romney?
John McCain.
John McCain's dead.
Oh,
He died in 2018.
I didn't know. I didn't
Uh,
even know he died.
Yeah. The last thing he did actually was go against Trump on something. He did something. He betrayed the Republicans on some issue. And then, yeah, Mitt Romney. He is currently a Utah senator. Actually, no, he's not anymore. He just actually ended his term as Utah senator. Anyway, continue about John McCain.
It's his fault.
Yeah. I think
He
it
was
goes back
so
further than
bad
John
and so
McCain.
boring and so, like, quote unquote, woke for the new wave of. Like, he opened the door for them. He made this all possible.
Yeah, all of the Trump era stuff definitely started during the Obama administration with like, I feel like our very early roots of MAGA are there for like the birther movement and stuff, like trying to find Obama's birth certificate.
Yeah.
Like that's very early MAGA stuff to me.
Let's just give it down to the racists, right? And
Yeah.
according to how the racists view the world, John McCain is the Republican who lost the vote to a black guy.
Yeah. That's
Like-
definitely a part of it.
That's just
The way I see it, the 2008 there's several elections, or at least years I should say, that are incredibly important to where we are now. 2024, obviously, that was like our last chance to stop this. Fucked it up.
2016.
I'm gonna go back more. 2023, Israel, big. 2022, like those are small things. 2022, Israel, Ukraine, like those are small contributing factors to where we're here. 2016 was one of the major ones. 2021, because that's Jan 6th. I'm gonna say 2021 because Jan 6th, the lack of the Biden administration not doing anything about Trump, the fact that we could have locked Trump up right after Jan 6th like that and we didn't do anything about it. 2021 is another important year. 2016, because it's when Trump first got elected. It's when the Republicans failed, the Democrats failed to stop the Republicans in any way, shape, or form. If Bernie was picked instead of Hillary Clinton, we would have never been in this mess ever. I fully stand by that. And then 2008, not only because of the election, but because of the recession. And those everything that happened in those years directly lead to where we are now. Like the recession led to a mass consolidation of big businesses that now are the ones that are completely behind Donald Trump and shit. You have Obama winning, and during his administration, you have all those fucking like proto MAGA people. We're gonna look at them like we look at Freikorps members in 1920s Germany, right? The goddamn SA. That's like that type of shit. That's what we're looking at with them. Like, and then yeah, 2016. Because I feel like people now are like kind of revising history to be like, oh, before Trump, things were normal. Right?
They weren't.
They weren't. Do you know that in 2008, the clip in 2008, when during the election, someone asked McCain if Obama was a Muslim, and McCain was
Yeah.
like, "No, he's not a
Listen,
Muslim.
listen.
My
Hear
opponent."
me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
Yes.
No, that's
Oh.
the McConnell response.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like, listen, guys, listen.
He's like, he may be my opponent, but he's not as bad as a Muslim. You know, like this
Yeah,
type of
yes,
insanity
yes.
existed for a long time. Like the insanity was different. I would say the insanity was different pre 9/11 to post 9/11. Like Bush administration is when the insanity really fucking started. That's like
True.
that's like your kindling getting put together.
But even just Bush getting like his first election win.
I fully stand by the fact that Bush stole the election because of the whole fiasco in Florida and Ohio. Like there was a lot of fuckery there.
Say Bush stole the election
Because polling, like, it was pretty, it's at least fishy. At least in Florida with like the Brooks Brothers riot and Jeb Bush being
So
the
what
governor.
you're saying is this isn't a new problem.
Yeah. I think that Bush
Republicans have been known to do this.
definitely should not
years.
have won that election. He lost the
Okay.
popular vote in that election too.
Yeah, but how often do Republicans get the popular vote?
That wasn't a thing until Bush. Like before Bush, whoever won the popular vote also won the electoral vote. For the most part, there were like 2 instances where it's like they didn't win it, but that was in like 1876. Presidents who won without the popular vote. Yeah, John Quincy Adams, Rutherford B. Hayes, and Benjamin Harrison, all in the 1800s, and then George Bush and Donald Trump. Like, yeah, like you had 1800s presidents who like existed fucking forever ago, and then George Bush, Donald Trump. And this happened because gerrymandering, you know? Like that's why this
Yes.
happened.
I mean,
This one
that's
happened
also
because of
part
gerrymandering.
what contributed to, yeah.
But I will fully stand by the fact that where is it? Florida. Where's the Florida recount? Yeah, this shit. The recount here with Jeb Bush. There's the Brooks Brothers riot and stuff. There's this shit in Miami-Dade County, where this was during the election. It was a disrupt recount of the votes. Outcome election of George W. Bush. Target candidates in the vote. In the 2000 election, Miami demonstrated hundreds of people, including Republican staffers, descended upon the South Florida to protest the state's recount. The demonstration was organized by these operatives, sometimes referred to as the Brooks Brothers Brigade, to oppose the recount during the Florida election account. The official canvassers to speed up the process. Like, this is in the middle of nowhere. This is Miami. This is the votes in Miami.
Yeah.
So like, this is like a large number of people whose votes are just fucking thrown out because goddamn Republican rioters came in. And you know the governor at the time of Florida was Jeb Bush, his brother. So I'm like fully bought in that this was like a plant operative by the Bush family.
What
Plus in
would you
Ohio
do
there was issues
if
there.
the Democrats floated Jeb Bush as their next candidate?
It would be perfectly in line with their return to reason sort of rhetoric. With like Liz Cheney out there.
Like
already
the
had Liz
Republican
Cheney.
Party becomes the Nazi Party and the Democrat Party becomes the Republican Party.
Well, first of all, the Republicans and Democrats historically have always been the same party. It's only recently that the Republicans went further right. So that's basically what it already is now. The conservatives are the Democrats, and the Nazis are the Republicans. That's what it is right now.
Yeah. I mean, they voted to censure Al Green.
Oh yes, Al Green. Jesus Christ, the one Democrat who actually said something at the goddamn joint session of Congress, and they censored him. I despise the Democrats.
But they
I
didn't censure
despise the Democrats.
Amy, what's it, Boebert and Taylor Greene.
Yeah, you will never see the Republicans eat their own unless it is someone going to the opposite aisle on a bill or something. You will never see them eat their own unless they break rank. Like if they do something controversial, you will never see them like condemn them. It's always the loyalty to the party. Especially now when a lot of Republicans are all united in this like insanity. It's grim, and I despise the Democrats more than the Republicans because of this. Because we know what the Republicans are like. We know what they're like now. But the Democrats continuously stab us in the fucking back and refuse to do anything at all.
You can only be stabbed in the back by somebody you're willing to hand the knife and turn your back to.
Not if
This
they
is what
forcefully
people
turn
wanted
me
out of the
around.
Democrat Party for so long.
Uh,
This is what people settled with. People said that this was okay.
Nobody likes the Democrats. The Democrats only get votes because people don't like Republicans.
So what do you think of this thing that like now the younger Democrats should break away and make their own party?
I don't know. I think it is still unviable because of the way the system is constructed. I think it's unviable for a third party to win. I think you're actually more likely to win as an independent than a third party.
Yeah, but whoever you front as the independent, you make the president of that party. Because you'd want to break away from the
a breakaway from the Democrats is needed. The Democrats need to implode.
You want to break away from those two choices.
The Democrats need to disappear. They need to go away. Or the top Democrat officials need to go away. They need to leave. They need to retire.
Look,
they need to go away.
Over time, those top Democrat officials will be going.
But they're going to be replaced. They're going to be replaced by people who they've groomed into the position. Because people like Hakeem Jeffries are the newer Democrats. They were groomed into this position by their predecessors, so that when they take over the position, it's business as usual. They're the exact same as they've always been. We need like a complete get the fuck out of here. Go away. But we can't do anything about that. These are the most powerful people, some of the most powerful people in the world. The best thing you can do is call them. The best thing you can do is call your local representative or senator and either tell them to go fuck themselves in the most polite way possible that won't lead to police knocking on your door, mind you. Don't have that happen. You don't want to be put on a watch list. The best thing you can do is call them, tell them to not vote for a bill that they're about to vote on, or to vote for the bill they're about to vote on, to just do something to oppose the Republicans. That's the best thing you can do right now. That's the best thing you can do right now. Luckily, I have two senators that are pretty all right. Andy Kim's good. Cory Booker's on the fence for me, but he's better than most. So, like, I have two senators that aren't, like, complete Hitlerites. I'm not living in, like, Kentucky out here or, like, New York with, like, fucking awful...
Appalachia.
Yeah, Appalachia. You know? I'm not living out in the middle of fucking nowhere with horrible state representatives. You know? I feel bad for David because he's got John Fetterman as a goddamn senator.
Oof. Big oof.
Yeah.
Fetterman.
Yeah. Fetterman. I hate him so much.
This is depressing me, and I can't anymore.
Yeah, I think it's fair to end the episode now then. You know?
But yes, we have a Patreon.
Patreon, yes. Thank you for the support, everyone. Because the Patreon will really help out. Because
once we start building out the Patreon, I do have ideas for additional content as well.
Ooh, you care to tease one or no?
People are gonna have to start showing a little interest, and then they'll what the
maybe
is.
Just give them one idea. Give them one of the ideas right now. Is it just one little tease? Like what could happen?
Well, there's gonna be arguments.
Feet fetish?
No. Like as in, I'm gonna argue with people.
We
could argue with people.
Oh, like a call-in.
I mean, call-ins are possible.
Like we just host a debate night.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'll never participate in that, but I'll definitely fucking be the goddamn host of that.
Yeah, you can host. I will fight.
I will fight. I'm like the coach in the corner
No,
with like the water bottle that you
there's a
squirt into the
little bit
mouth.
of something that's inspired that. There's a little bit of something that's inspired
I'm
that.
assuming it's a personal incident of some
I
kind.
wouldn't call it a personal incident so much as like I've obviously I talk to people and
Yeah.
I've been saying like, all the shit that's going on with the politics, with Trump, with like how it's affecting the world economy, shit like that. I feel like I'm at least doing something with the podcast,
Yeah,
but I want to do more.
I get you. Yeah. Well, that's definitely an
And
interesting idea.
calling wrong people idiots feels good. So
Yeah. I mean, it'll be completely toxic and cancer, but I'm here for it. It'll be
we have a
radioactive as hell.
Patreon.
Yes. The Patreon will be linked in the description of every YouTube video, um, as well as on the channel about page. So if you want to find it, just go there. It's called the officials. It's the SqueekyDogCast Patreon. Um,
This episode of the Squeaky Dogcast has been sponsored by this episode of the Squeaky Dogcast.
every episode I keep doing a sponsor bit, but this time we do have a sponsor. You're right. It's us.
It's us.
It's
We
us.
are our first
Not
sponsor.
Sega. Not Sega. Actually, Sega. That Sega bit was from the cut episode, I believe.
Yeah, it might have been the cut, but
Yeah.
not the South African
The
government.
South African government. Yeah, we're not sponsored by them anymore. Ramaphosa got really angry at me. I can't really share why.
The whole rug.
The whole rug was. It was like right there though. It was like nobody was in the room. I
All
needed
those
to
swirly
go.
colors got to the PV puppy.
I needed to go, and there was no one around. I didn't think he would notice because it was already such a weird looking rug. But apparently
You
the
know,
smell was
if
so
I did
strong.
make it, if I did make it to the president's house, and when I say like the president, I mean like my president, Cyril Ramaphosa. If I did ever make it to his house, I might piss on his rug.
Cyril was not happy at me that day. He was not happy.
Like,
I still got Jacob on the phone though.
still got Jacob on the phone.
Me and him, you're gonna see me out there with the front runners of Mkonto Asizwe. I'm out there in like
Jacob,
traditional Zulu garb.
Jacob.
Jacob, if you're
Oh
seeing this,
goodness.
answer my DM, man.
Do you know who I would love to actually have a one-on-one discussion with? Unironically,
Who?
Julius Malema.
I actually was gonna say Malema, but didn't want to be wrong. I would love to talk to Malema.
Because as far as I can tell, right? This is a dude who has some very, very vitriolic politics.
Yeah, I mean, he literally is the
But
head of the EFF.
the EFF, when it's not being kind of racist,
He's pretty good.
is a communist-leaning left-wing party. Like yeah, the sort of militaristic left-wing party, if you get my meaning. Like, more
Yeah, but
Stalin than Lenin.
yeah,
But
they've.
they are like advocates for workers' rights, and so I'd love to talk to him about some of the things.
I think the EFF without Malema could do a lot of good. I think
But without Malema, the EFF doesn't exist.
that's the thing. I think
Like
the
he is
EFF
a
needs to
cult of
stabilize.
personality
It
in
needs to
that.
stabilize. It needs to get stabilized. It needs to have like more diverse leader,
Like,
like more people like around as figureheads and stuff, and then peaceful transfership from Malema to someone else who's better. You know,
but his second in command, how's this? His second in command, I don't remember the guy's name.
Mr.
Paul
Second.
something. But
Paul Poopenklamp.
He went over to the ANC.
Oh.
Yeah, like, or was it the MK? I think it might have been MK.
I guess
Either
that makes
way, he
sense.
flipped back. Like, EFF, no, thank you. I'm going to a bigger, winning party.
It makes sense though, I guess.
He was a second in command. Can you imagine the betrayal?
That damn traitor. America needs an EFF. We need we need our own EFF.
You kind of did have one. The Tea Party?
That doesn't fucking count. That's
Mm.
that's fucking MAGA light. That's another part of the MAGA light movement, was Tea Party. That started with them too. Because that's also during the Obama administration.
Obama was a really destabilizing force for your country, as much as
He was a
I do
stabilizing
believe
force.
that what he did was very good.
As much as he is like one of the better presidents, his administration was the beginning of the end for America. He will be looked
it was
at.
too good.
He will
too
be looked
early.
at how we look at like the last great Roman Empire emperors before like the chaos times. We will look at Obama as like the beginning of the end.
He was too good too early. America
Yeah.
needed more time.
He wasn't even
before
that
it could
good.
accept. That's my point. Is that it was just too early.
Yeah, he was like a he was like a
he was a
mid of the
decent
road politician.
mid good president, right? Like he didn't do anything spectacular, but he also like
the best thing Obama did was the Affordable Care Act, right?
Yeah.
But the worst things he did were the things he didn't do.
He's not the first president to tackle healthcare.
No, he's not. But the worst things about Obama was the stuff that he didn't do. The fact that he promised so much change and didn't act on any of it. That I feel like a lot of that.
I always thought the argument there was that although he had won the presidency, the win was short-lived because the Republicans just like sledgehammered him on everything after.
I mean, that's definitely a part of it, but the fact that like from an emotional standpoint,
I feel like everybody mentions, oh yeah, Obama promised a lot but didn't deliver a lot. But I don't hear people mention like, hey, wait a minute. The fucking Republicans were there nailing him for everything. Like,
this is definitely a part of it.
Healthcare, and they go, fuck you. Like, we're going to name it after you and then blame everything bad on your healthcare that fixed everything, by the way.
Exactly. Like, that's definitely a part of it. The issue with Obama is like it doesn't matter what his intentions were. It's still the effect of it is that people felt betrayed. People felt let down.
Interviews, like those interviews on the street.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, we spoke to a Republican who's like, yeah, I get this of the Affordable Care Act. I get that. And it's like, what do you think about Obamacare? Fuck Obamacare. It's like, it's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Affordable Care Act is good, Obamacare bad. That's why they call it Obamacare, so they can get you to not realize what you're arguing against. Regardless, we need to end up. We need to end up.
We do.
Yeah.
It's just, it fires me up. I'm fucking angry at these people.
Yeah, I despise stupidity.
Like, follow, subscribe for more.
Check out the Patreon. We all thank you so much for your support. And we'll be seeing you guys next week. Stay safe. Take care. We love you.